Hey guys, here to help you guys with this assignment. This is a video on how to do it. Driverless cars textual evidence assignment. I notice a lot of you guys are having trouble with textual evidence, which means you're finding a sentence from the article or the video. Like, you guys have come up with a lot of good reasons for why the driverless cars are good and why they're bad, the pros and cons. But some of those are just kind of things that weren't talked about in the video, which is fine sometimes, but you still need proof from the evidence, like from the professionals, right? From the article. So that's what we're going to be practicing today, textual evidence. So on my sample, it says, what new rule happened regarding driverless cars in California? So then I would pull the article up and I would read it. Let me see here if I can center this. So I'm on the first paragraph here of the article. It says, driverless cars will be tested in California for the first time without a person behind the steering wheel. There you go. So there's my answer, right? New rules approved on February 26th by state regulators allow for the fast developing technology to be tested without human drivers. So I can use either of these two sentences to answer that question, right? So again, my question was, what new rule happened? And I'm going to say, driverless cars can now be tested. This is in your own words, the response, without a human driver, right? Basically, there doesn't need to be a human in there anymore. So I can even write that. Humans don't need to be in the car to take over the steering wheel or the brakes. Okay, and now text evidence. What sentence from this article proves it? Well, if I go back to my article, I can take either this first sentence, driverless cars will be tested in California for the first time without a person behind the steering wheel, or even the second one, new rules approved on February 26th by state regulators allow for the fast developing technology to be tested without human drivers. Both those things are proof for my answer, right? And they're directly from the article. That's what I'm trying to do here. So we're going to go here. I'm going to say, and I want this to be the start of every single one of these answers. In the article, it says, and then you're going to write down your answer. In the article, it says, and this one said, new rules approved on February 26th by state regulators allow for the fast developing technology to be tested without human drivers. Period, and my quotation marks. Human drivers. So that's a sentence directly from the article. So I'll go back to my article. It's direct. New rules approved. So regulators allow for the fast developing technology to be tested without human drivers. Boom. And I added my transition words. In the article it says, and then boom, you have your answer. So we're going to do that again for the next ones. Answer the question, why did Nadi Kalra think this move had to happen in California? And I even tell you right here, I give you a hint of where you're going to find it. It says, look at paragraph, a move that had to happen. So if I go here, it says a move that had to happen. So now I see that name, and she works at Rand Corp as a senior scientist and has been studying this issue for a decade. I think this move had to happen in California to stay competitive in this field, she said. Although technology is being developed in California, companies such as Waymo have been testing in other states like neighboring Arizona, where they do that to work around the previous driver testing regulations, she said. You can't test what's true full autonomy looks like unless there's no driver at all, Kara said. To be able to test it right in your backyard is really a big deal. So your answer's in there. You're going to go here and you're going to put, so why does she think we have to do it in California? Write your response. And then what sentence from the article gave you the answer, basically. You're writing that sentence in here. And every time you're going to start with, in the article, it says, boom, comma, quotation, put your sentence from the article. Word for word, okay? So that's what we're practicing. That's what you're going to be doing today for these 4 questions. And again, I tell you where they are on each paragraph. Okay? If you have any questions, please let me know.